I really like that intro. I had a buddy of mine. He actually produced that, so we own that song. That is our song. That was specifically made for Grown A Geeks. Originally, that was made for gag reels, which is why you hear the film reel at the beginning. And our top five category technically falls under the umbrella of gag reels because this is all movies. So I just about let the gag reels name go, but no, thanks, Tanisha. You reminded me that gag reels is alive and kicking. It is very much a thing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are Grown A Geeks. This is us. We are here with another episode of our top five picks. Today we have Denisha, we have Tony, we have myself. I am Sam. If you want more information, of course, you can go back. You can check out videos one and two. We started off talking about animation, then we got into drama. Um, Drama had some great movie picks, so you need to get in there and check out the picks for drama. And a nice little treat for those of you who make it to the end of that video, you'll get like some extra watching materials because we go through our selections and we even talk about some of our alternates. So make sure to check that out. For starters, you see the QR code down in the corner. Make sure you click that. You can get right into the group on Facebook. We're Grown A Geeks. And if you are here watching this video, first of all, thank you for that. But make sure you like and subscribe to this video and click the bell notification so that you'll know whenever we upload other videos. We've done animation, we've done drama, and now we're doing comedy. But we still have a couple other categories we're going to get through. I think guilty pleasures was one of them, action adventure. So you want to stay part of this series, and this is our top five series. Um, we may get another episode with a few other guests, but we're gonna rock with the team we got tonight because we are some true movie buffs right here. We were kind of going toe for toe when we were in drama. Like we had some picks. Comedy, on the other hand, is subjective, and that will
Not
be
gonna not gonna
interesting.
make any sense whatsoever. Nothing.
It is like, you know what? It is comedy is one of those things where the only criteria I had for myself with this was I wanted to make sure that everything I picked for comedy was a comedy. I didn't want to do a romantic comedy. I didn't want to do an action comedy. I wanted it to be like you saw the movie because you knew it was a comedy. That is what your intention was to laugh. And some people laugh at weird things, and so you're at the bottom of my screen, so I just want you to know I'm looking at you. Um,
Oh, because you're down, you're here.
Yeah, you're
okay,
down at the bottom
I'm
of
elsewhere.
mine.
Okay, well the people who are watching are going to see me look at you down there, and some people laugh at some interesting things, and they make people laugh at interesting things. So it is, it is what it is. Um, that's the best prep I can give you for comedy because some of
It
these
is
Rotten Tomato
subjective.
scores ain't that great. Like
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
we was picking the cream of the
Actually,
crop before, and now it's kind of like, ugh.
I think with comedy, the lower the score, the funnier it might be.
Probably.
You know
For
what?
my sense of humor, I'm sure it is.
Yeah,
I
if you gave it a zero, I'm probably laughing at it. Yeah,
Yeah, like that's the one I'm
yeah.
looking for. Like I got to check that out later. But we do
Yeah.
encourage you, if you're watching this, we do encourage you to go and get your pen and paper. Make a note. If we happen to mention a movie you haven't seen, there's a reason we like it, and we encourage you to go and check it out. Let's see. So, you know what? I feel like comedy was the one that I was a little hyped to do because when we did our last show, I had my comedy list at the table. Even though we were doing drama, I was like all set and ready for comedy. Um, Still was able to, felt like I had some good picks in drama because some of my favorite movies were drama, so it worked out. So I'm gonna switch it up and I'm gonna start tonight if that's okay with y'all.
Sounds good.
And I want to go ahead and I want to make sure the bar is very, very low to start. I'm gonna help y'all out with this. But this is a movie by a comedy family. Um,
Oh, I think I know. Go ahead.
you're not gonna know which one it is though. It's not that one. It's on the list, but it's not that one. This is a comedy
Okay.
family, and you know what? I help you out. It was the second generation of this comedy family that brought us this movie. We got a couple of juniors, we got some nephews, we got some really really funny stuff. Um, it got an 18 on Rotten Tomatoes. It got a 30 audience score. This movie was garbage to everyone else, but every time I watch it, I laugh at the same parts because they are so funny. Dance flick.
No, really?
Why?
Oh God, it's awful.
Oh my
That's
God.
movies, man.
Dance flick is, and I don't. Maybe it's because I just have good memories of that movie. I watched it with my boys when they were young
How?
because they love that movie, and we have watched that movie numerous times. But let me tell you something. This movie starts that one of the opening scenes of this movie, they are making fun of the fact that the director is in the movie and can't dance. But he's in the movie and everybody's like, why is everybody cheering for him? Because he's the director. I mean, it first off, it is a parody film. So it is not the kind of movie to be taken. It ain't no Woody Allen flick. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't no comedy like that. This is a fart and
Mm.
piss laugh joke slapstick comedy. It is very much in your face. These are raunchy humor. It is from the Wayans. It just happens to be the younger Wayans. And let me tell you, this movie makes me laugh. It is hilarious to me. You looking all
18%.
disappointed. You know what? I don't even care. Be disappointed.
18%. I had to make sure.
It is so
Wow.
funny.
I mean, you
Wow.
weren't lying when you said you set the bar low.
Hey, if
I
you
mean,
want to
you're
come and talk about something Woody Allen did and give us, the Royal Tenenbaums and be all sophisticated with the
first
humor,
of all,
be
the
my
Royal
guest.
Tenenbaums was not funny. It was not funny.
I mean, it was a Wes Anderson film, so some people would tell you, "Oh, that's hilarious."
Negatory.
I ain't one of those people, but you can tell because look at what I laugh at. I laugh at Dance Flick, and it makes my top five because every single time I watch that movie, I laugh and I laugh at the same parts. They are picking on all of the movie tropes from all of the dance movies that came out at one point. That was the thing. You had Save the Last
Mm-mm.
Dance. You had Step Up Two, Step Up to the Streets. I mean, it was just that was the thing. That was the go to for a bit, and they hit anytime somebody danced in a movie, they got that because they have the one scene at the beginning where the girl's going for the audition and she pulls out the Little Miss Sunshine dance routine, and she is like 21, and it is hilarious because it is such a kid routine. The movie's funny as hell to me.
You,
Okay, I don't care.
you
David
know,
Allen Greer.
sometimes I can back up what you say. This is not one of those times.
Hey, you
You
got
see, I'm
David
just
Allen Greer in a fat suit doing a Jennifer Hudson remake, talking about I'm gonna love food. How do you not find humor in that? And David Allen
Just
Greer like sang his ass off, and he performed. That was such a great movie.
so it goes.
No, not a great movie. Let's not say that.
It was a funny movie. I don't care about like it
I can't
was.
You
even.
can say
It
that.
was
No,
funny.
It was
it.
funny.
Are we doing comedy or are we doing like, oh, this was now
I
that was
thought
a
we.
very good comedy.
I thought we were doing comedy and not,
Comedy.
you know, guilty pleasure comedy because that's what
It's
they.
fine, Sam. Mine, yeah.
That's
I
like
don't even care, Tony. I don't even care.
that's a step
I
above
don't even
heavy
care,
metal,
Tony.
my dude.
Tony,
Huh?
I don't care. I laughed. It was funny.
Apparently, you don't.
It's funny. I wanted to laugh, and I laughed a lot with that movie.
Did you watch that movie when you was high
Nope,
Do
or drunk,
not
nope,
answer that question.
inebriated?
nope.
When you're under influence of some narcotic,
Probably just all the serotonin and dopamine that was being released by my body as I was laughing my ass off.
or maybe somebody came and stabbed you in your neck with some opioids.
Well, let
You
Tony
know,
go next
Now,
then.
show me, like, give me a good comedy then.
I don't know about good comedy,
Oh
but
no
I'm
no
gonna do
no!
what you
Cause
did.
see,
I'm
the
gonna do
way
what
you
you
just
did.
trashed my movie, if you don't come
Yeah,
with the
like
greatest
you're
movie
supposed to be
ever,
coming with it.
Well, my movie got an 81 on Rotten Tomatoes and 85 audience score. It didn't get a 20. I'm sorry,
It wasn't
21.
20, it was
it got an
18.
18, bro.
Oh, I'm
18.
sorry. I tried to give you rounded up on the curve. I'm sorry.
You ain't gotta round it up. I don't care. It
Mm-mm.
is funny.
He
My
That
don't
is
care.
movie,
that is one
He
of
don't care.
five. What
my
you got?
movie is from one of the greatest comedians in his generation. Came out in 1979. It is The Jerk, Steve Martin.
I haven't seen it.
It's about a white man getting raised by black people who thinks he's black. Oh no, the oil can has sprung a leak. Man, come on. I fall out every single time I watch that scene. That's it. Now, I don't know how it compares to Dance Flick because I haven't seen Dance Flick. But in my humble
You
opinion,
really sit here ripping me and you ain't even seen the movie? Oh man. Okay. Check it. Okay.
but I mean,
It's okay.
the,
I
the
got your back.
cast, you had Steve Martin, Bernadette Peters, Bill Macy, I mean, Carl Reiner. You had great. Oh, I can't forget Richard Ward. He was the dad. It's literally, go back to last week, it's literally the poor man's version of white man's burden with the family. They're sharecroppers and they have the white son, and he is an idiot, 100%. And I will sit back and I will just hit play and I will piss all of myself laughing because it's an actual funny movie.
Okay.
Steve
What's it
Martin
called?
has always been funny to me.
Always. It's called The Jerk.
The Jerk. Okay.
So I won't take anything away from Steve Martin.
You can't. Not one thing. Not one.
So the jerk. All right,
Just his
cool.
gas station scene alone is funnier than anything in Dance Flick.
I mean, you haven't seen Dance Flick, but okay, you
I
know
I can just go by what you said. I can
that I
make that.
laugh every time I watch the movie.
You
That I
but
put
you
it on
proven
the
that
list
you
because
don't
it
have
makes
a
me laugh.
good sense of humor.
All right, you want to be snobby and shit about the jerk versus Dance Flick, by all means. So everybody, make sure you go check out the jerk because you know that came out in 1979.
79.
Okay,
79.
so that was Steve Martin at I think he was already 50 then, but it's Steve Martin doing Steve Martin. And if you've ever seen Steve Martin, you'll know Steve Martin is a very, very funny comedian. And he is one of
Very
the
funny.
funniest comedians of his generation.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said.
And I'm basically just, I don't have anything good to say about the jerk, so I'm trying to reiterate what you said.
Oh,
I'm
this
just
is
trying to
gonna be that
reiterate what
kind
you
of
said.
countdown.
But the jerk, cool. All right, so
I'm
we got
afraid
two
to
movies
go.
on the list
I
so
mean,
far.
we're not even gonna talk about the S&M that was in there too though. Because it was in there too.
I Hey, it's
It's
the
gonna be
church.
like that. I don't want to go now.
I thought we were going to be able to laugh about comedy and not just
Yeah.
trash the picks, but apparently I have to like improve my comedic taste for some who don't want to laugh. They want to
I'm
judge.
laughing at your picks.
I mean, you need to be writing it down. You need to be going to watch the movie and see for yourself it's funny. But
As
I
long as
digress.
it's if
It
it's
may not be
free,
your type of humor.
let me look up here and see if it's free.
Comedy is subjective. You know what? Guess what? I'll let you borrow it because I got it on DVD. It's that
First of
damn
all,
funny.
you stay too far. If I come down, I'm spending the night.
Let
So,
me give you. Hold on.
and
Let me get you a login. I'll send you a link.
You ain't got
We
to
ain't got
come
the.
here.
We ain't got the space, bro. We ain't got the space. You know what? You ain't got to see it that bad. You get to it eventually.
you forget, I was in the Marines. I would sleep on the ground
Tanisha, what you got?
like it ain't nothing. Go D.
Let's roll out round one.
All
What you
right,
got?
I'm gonna help you out, Sam. I got your back
Why you gotta help?
because
You know what?
because my pick got 15%.
What is wrong with you?
Is probably
15%.
funny as hell.
It probably is.
And it's along the same lines as Dance Flick
Jesus.
because the Wayans were also involved.
Oh Jesus.
And it is Scary Movie too.
That's what
And
I'm
that
talking about.
we're not
That's a
going to
funny movie.
debate.
That's a
That's
funny
what I say.
movie.
We're not going to debate the
That's a funny movie.
between Chris Elliott and David Cross.
Let me give you a hand. Oh,
You
that's great. Why don't you give me a
walk
standing
away.
ovation?
Let me get it on my good hand. And like,
They
it's
did
a
a
good movie.
really good job with that one. Honestly, I think Scary
Yeah.
Movie 2 might even be funnier than Scary Movie.
Oh, it was.
Oh, it was. No
Because
Yeah,
they
doubt.
it
got
was.
better about the pop culture funny thing. And, even in the beginning with the Save the Last Dance and
Yeah.
basketball scene, and when she was singing in the car on the way up, and the radio told her to shut the hell up. Like, come on. But Chris Elliott and that hand,
He
David
wanted to cut the
Cross,
turkey.
my
If we're
germs,
if we're
like,
speaking about hands,
I
Mm.
was waiting on it. That, like, who came up with, oh, we're going to have a butler. He's going to have this hand. Like, what? Hilarity.
I
I
I
will
will
say,
can't.
laugh
like,
at that movie like I've
even when you
never
mentioned the
seen it
basketball
before.
scene, I think for those of you that don't know, Nike was it Nike? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Nike put out this commercial, and they had all these different stars and celebrities and whatnot, WNBA players, street ball players, the whole nine, and they had Africa Bambaataa compose a song and had the athletes dribbling the basketball
Yep.
to make the music, to make the
Mm-hmm.
beat, to make the sound. And it was like ridiculously popular. In fact, you could still, I mean, of course, it was after YouTube, so you could still find that on YouTube, and it's still it's still kind of impressive, you know what I'm saying? But like, be careful, because if you look up that video, the very second video is gonna be the Scary Movie parody of that. And like, I don't know what the hell Sean Wayans was doing this whole movie, but
Da,
they
da, da, da,
got
da, 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 da. What's that clown?
they got every trope, everything that you have in scary movies. They made it a point to pick on it. They had the virgin characters. They had the people are gonna die if they try to have sex. I mean, like, man, scary movie is hilarious.
The first
That's
one was good, but the second one was like they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, it's one of the few times the sequel is better than the original, and
Mhm.
it's not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely found their footing the second go round. They had a little bit better understanding of their characters, who they were in the movie, as opposed to just like trying to play this role and the,
And
like.
then added characters too, though, and still made it like because, like I said, David Cross and Chris Elliott. Like I could have just watched them go back and forth.
That's a okay.
A
That's
fifteen
hilarious.
percent,
That just
fifteen
goes to show
percent.
you,
I don't
Rotten
know the
Tomatoes,
audience
like
score.
they do what they want to do. Um, just because we've already done two weigh-ins, I'm gonna skip over. I'm gonna go in a different direction here for
Thank you.
comedy. Um, this one got an 88 Rotten Tomato score and an 84 user score. Um, it's a parody film based on a television show, and most of it appears to be visual humor because Leslie Nielsen is a character by himself. And Naked Gun,
Yes.
Police Files,
Oh,
that is another movie that I've seen that movie so many times in my lifetime, and I still laugh at the same jokes. And I
Mm-hmm.
think what makes it so, so funny is Leslie Nielsen has just the most amazing deadpan delivery. For it to be comedy, for someone to be so detached from the joke, I don't think there's another. I can't think of another person who can deliver lines the way he does without busting into laughter
Mm-hmm.
constantly.
Like he makes you believe that he really is an idiot.
Like he just really doesn't get. You know when they did the. It's funny because we're talking movies, so it's like I never know if I'm gonna ruin something with a movie. But he was in another movie, and I had more. It was much more realistic to believe he was that person than actually Leslie Nielsen, because that's how absent-minded he is. He is every bit of that person. So when they finally made that into a live-action movie, it was perfect to cast him. Naked Gun had three movies, and it was from the files of Police Squad. So there was a television show called Police Squad, and
hmm.
Naked Gun is based on that show. They made it into a
Mm-hmm.
movie, and um, Police Squad is actually pretty damn funny too. But all three of those movies are hilarious. But the first one, without a doubt, that definitely makes my list. And again, it's just one of those movies where from beginning to end, whether it be the sight gags or the visuals, the stuff in the background that's happening that you're not
Mm-hmm.
supposed to notice, but it's there. The little details in the humor are all there. But none of it would make a difference if it weren't for Leslie Nielsen being Lieutenant Frank Drebin and just not having a clue. So, and no,
You named yourself with that one.
I know, like, don't get me wrong. I know, like, I know funny. I like what I like. I like what makes me laugh. And all I'm gonna ask is that you just watch Dance Flick. If you still don't like it, you can tell me, and you can let me know how bad it was. I will sit patiently as you do it. But if you haven't even seen it, just watch the movie. It's funny. Okay, or don't.
Is it is it my turn? Can we just get
Yes,
past
it's your
dance flick?
turn. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, let me just say I'm not gonna be the only one without a Wayans movie since you both did one. I had to go pull my favorite one out, which I believe is better than that one. 64 on Rotten Tomatoes, 78% audience score. I'm gonna get you, sucker.
I'm
See, she just laughs at the name.
thinking about the dead goldfish. I'm thinking about her taking off her whole body.
Don't make me hop after you.
And then like how she was hysterically laughing about, oh my God.
See, Sam, this is what happens when you say a movie that's actually funny. People laugh because of it.
I love that dance flick.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You almost fell out your chair.
It's quite all right.
Think about it. This man was an army vet trying to avenge his brother's death from all the gold chains that he was wearing.
He died
Come
for
on now.
OG. Over gold.
Over gold. Denisha, where you going?
How much for one rib?
Oh my God, that movie is so funny. Like
This-
I can't.
Thank you. Jack Spade.
Oh my God.
Ain't got nobody see that. That's little bitty stuff.
You know what? But the thing is, the point is, it's on there. It's on that list.
Oh,
You
that's
should have
his
led.
list.
You should have led with that.
I led with the hell I wanted to lead with. Okay, how about that?
Which was the wrong thing.
Your
But that's
first movie.
My first movie
Anyway.
was funny.
Okay, cool. My selections suck. Not a problem. Let's continue.
Where is that? Because I want to watch it now.
I mean, I'm sure Tony has it on the shelf. So
oh my God.
Oh yes, you know I do.
Oh my God. That's a good pick, Tony.
This
For
lets
sure.
you know how funny the movie was when people just think about it and laugh at it from what they remember. It came out in 2001. That alone. And it's
there's
all
no
black
question
cast.
that's a good pick. That's probably what started the Wayans being known for comedy. I mean, of course, they had the TV show and things like that, but in terms of their movies, that is without a doubt one of the first Wayans
How much for
movies.
one rib?
One
You know what I'm
rib.
saying? And
Come on
again,
now.
that was one of those movies where they had a nice ensemble cast. They had a lot of cameos from different people that
They
they
had
were
the
able to
old
get
heads
in.
and then they had the new ones come in.
Right, and then they had all the old black exploitation heroes in the movie,
Yeah.
and it was a
Jim
good
Brown, Isaac Hayes,
passing
Bernie
of the
Casey.
torch. You know,
But
you
I'm
had
a,
like Kung Fu
you can't
Jones and
you can't
trying to
go
make it
without
one phone
mentioning
call.
you can't go with this movie without mentioning the favorite scene of Antonio Vargas' Fly Guy coming out of jail with the goldfish shoes. See? That's my
Wow.
you know what? That's my entire list. I don't need no other movies. I'm good. That's my list.
Cool. You won, so we'll give you that. Since this had to be just a competition, we couldn't just tell the movies we liked. Had to be a contest. You know.
Hold on.
We good. So that was yours. Okay, is it back on me?
No, you just gonna skip me?
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure
Hey.
since my list was just crap from beginning to end. You two
Okay,
were gonna do
now
the
I
show.
feel
I
like
just wanted to
nothing
go
else
and
on
get
my
my
list
few
is
little
that
out
funny.
real quick. What you got, darling?
All right. This one came out in 2010. This is probably the earliest one I have. 78% on Rotten Tomatoes. Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. The other guys.
I like that movie.
Oh well, then it's a good pick because
So ridiculous. Mark Wahlberg in that movie like did it for me.
Yeah. In
He
fact, I
was
think I watched
so
that the other day.
evil. But because even Will Ferrell, when he was telling him about basically being a pimp, and he's like, "So you were a pimp? Are you even listening to the
That
story?"
entire scene was hilarious. Oh my
Me
god.
and my plain wife and my plain house.
Gator
And
don't
then
play
when he
no
was
mess.
outside
Gator
flirting with
never
his
ever play
wife.
no
and,
mess.
Yeah, and he was like, "Go back in." He's like, "Good night." He's like, "Bye." Talking to his wife.
Good night, Sheila. Sheila, good night. Good night, Sheila. And then
So,
Rock and Samuel just think they
oh,
superheroes.
that was.
That
Yeah,
was
they just gonna
hilarious.
jump off the side. Like, come on, bro, really? That's how you. Honestly, though, I would say when he talks about the Mark Wahlberg, I think is again, you know what? Will Ferrell did his role really well and gave Mark Wahlberg something to antagonize against, and I think that's why the
Hmm.
two of them work so well because probably the only other person that can do that deadpan and get away with it, not as well, but it runs a close second there, and for him not to see himself the way other people see him is amazing. And when Mark Wahlberg talks about taking ballet just so that they could bully this one kid, like the dedication, the level of dedication,
It's like
and
that
then
seems
he's
like a
like,
lot.
but
No,
then
when
he's
he
like,
was telling the
no,
story
look, it was
about
just like this. We did this, and then it's just like, wow, that's a whole routine. He's like, no, it was just something I learned so I could beat up this kid. What? Like, it's
you talking about the deadpan when they were having a discussion and Mark was talking about he was a lion and he would swim out into the ocean and eat the dude and he was like, "Why are you in the middle of the ocean? I'll get me my tuna buddies." I was like, "Yep, here we go.
He's like, we will wait. And then
We will develop some kind of breathing apparatus. It might not be a long time. We might have to keep going back and forth, but we'll get you. We'll get you and your entire product." I'm like, "Come on, dude." That whole scene was, yeah, it was hilarious. It was hilarious.
when, when he's like, they need some riding music. My man popped in CCR. it was so he was so serious. You don't know about CCR? That's that. That's hey
Oh
hey.
God, everything that could have happened to that Prius happened.
Everything. The hobo sex. We're going to have sex later.
We took the
Yeah.
man's gun. We took his gun and gave him a wooden gun.
And then it got polished and give it back to him.
Yeah.
Come on now. Yeah,
And then
hilarious.
Michael Keaton. What a gem he was in that movie.
Dropping
Like
TLC
I don't think he
references.
got enough. And then like working at Bed Bath and Beyond. Like I don't think enough of that was. Listen,
Yeah,
definitely one of my movies for sure.
that is definitely a funny movie. Definitely.
Yay!
No
All
question
right,
on
Sam,
that.
go ahead and make Tony mad again.
Uh, I mean,
Why is it making me mad?
I have to just like, the one I want to go with just because you said the other guys.
Do it.
Nah, because I'm gonna save it and let you take that because I'm sure it's on yours.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna
not.
go another direction here, just because this entire movie, takes place at one location. It is one of the first Kevin Smith films, and in my opinion,
Oh,
it is one of the
No.
best.
you took hers. You took hers.
No, she did. I think she did too. I'm doing it
No, no.
first.
It doesn't matter.
No,
Yeah,
she
it's
gets
fine.
number
That's fine.
two.
No, do it. Go ahead. Do it.
Clerks.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Smith wrote and directed and starred in this movie. Stars Brian Hannigan and Dante is perhaps the most unlucky individual I know. And I knew a couple of people that don't like even to this day they kind of remind me of the type of person Dante is. And this just had really really smart dialogue. The whole thing was
Mm-hmm.
shot in black and white. There's like so
Yep.
little distraction in this movie. There's so little visuals in this movie. So it was literally just the characters Randall and Dante and the way they interacted, the conversations they have. You talk about dialogue. If it made you laugh, it's because the shit was funny. because there was nothing there to amp up the humor. I will say that
He
as a
spent
character,
$27,000 making that movie.
you know what I'm saying? It's like when you talk about low budget, like he
Hmm.
literally did this probably on a single VHS camcorder back in the day. Shot in, I mean, it's such a good movie though. And if we had not gotten Clerks, we may not have View Askew Productions. We wouldn't have gotten all of the other ones.
Hmm.
And just by itself, you know, Jay and Silent Bob come from Clerks. Dante and Randall. Randall could just do a monologue, and every time he does a monologue, it's fantastic. I mean, I still
Hmm.
have to. I quote Randall constantly, just because he is so quotable. And anytime something happens at my job, all I can think to myself is, I'm not even supposed to be here today. And that is just the reminder that sometimes stuff is just out of your control.
Hmm.
But it is very important for me to always remember 37. So I'm always mindful of the number 37. And every time it comes up and somebody says it for any reason whatsoever, I find myself yelling out 37 in a room. And no one else gets it. And if I'm in a room with people and they don't get it, then it's just like, okay, I'm in the wrong room.
Yep.
But
Okay,
that is my
that's not a
number.
bad pick. It's
And
not. What?
Clerks, 88 Rotten Tomatoes, 89 viewer score.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a good one. We'll get that one. I have no problem with that movie at all. Not even a little bit.
I mean, I got some
Okay.
picks. I just
Go
wanted
ahead,
to go with
Tony.
my one.
Okay, so all right, so since everybody else want to throw out these, low bar movies, I'm gonna put out my favorite one.
Don't do it, because if it's not a
I'm
89
I
on
I don't
Rotten
care.
Tomatoes,
I'm taking your stance. I don't care.
if it made you
It
laugh, but
was
see, the difference is if it made you laugh, I would see it just because you laughed at it.
I wrote your movie down on my list. It's right there. I wrote it down.
I can't see it. That's
Okay.
Read
print.
it.
That's too
Go ahead.
small. That print, I can't see.
Go get, go get your binoculars, Grandpa. So it got a 44 on Rotten Tomatoes, but a 64 with audience. I'm not gonna say the name yet. I just want you to hear who's in it. John Cleese, Mr. Bean, John Lovitz, Cuba Gooding Jr., Whoopi Goldberg, Dean Cain, Amy Smart, Kathy Bates, Seth Green. Those are just some of the main ones. And then you have your supporting characters. But this is one of the movies that I will put in and I will laugh at damn near the entire movie. And it's Rat Race. That movie, I think my favorite part is the brother, Seth and Vince, I think is the guy who played his brother, and they were always doing the self home, do it yourself thing. And this one particular time, he pierced his own tongue, and he couldn't speak, so he always felt like this. So this is what he was saying, and every time he talked to his brother, this is all he heard. His brother could understand him, but nobody else could. And then, of course, you had Whoopi being Whoopi, and then Mr. Bean was a narcoleptic, so he would run in, and then he just fall asleep and standing up. And the whole thing about the movie is they was putting people in teams, and the rich people were betting on who would get to the destination first. So it was a human rat maze, and it followed the trials and tribulations they're going through. Like Whoopi and her daughter had a car. They messed with Kathy Bates, pissed her off, stole one of her squirrels, so she told her to go the wrong way, and they ended up driving off a cliff. I mean, she was just dumb. Yeah. So this one is a guilty pleasure. Yeah, I'm watching it. In fact, I'm gonna watch it at work tomorrow, just because. That's
Rat
all I have.
Race definitely I think at the time I saw it simply because I knew a handful of the cast. It was,
Mhm.
people who were kind of at their, I won't say at their peak because, if they're still making movies and whatnot, but when did that one come out?
2002.
So 2002. Whoopi Goldberg was well known.
A lot.
Mhm.
So was
Um,
John Cleese. So
John
was
Cleese
John
is always going to be
Lovitz.
famous.
So was
Like you said, Rowan Atkinson. Having Rowan
this,
Atkinson in it was
and
that
he
was
was
one
in
of
his
those things
Mr.
that
Bean
kind of
persona.
validated the movie. John Lovitz is one of those names that you forget just how funny he was.
Mhm.
And
He was
interesting
actually the
side note.
Jewish guy. He was a Jewish. He played the Jewish guy. He had his family. And the funniest scene with them is when they ended up in the Nazi museum, and John Lovitz had burned the middle of his face right here, so it looked like a
Aw.
little mug. And then he caught the cigarette lighter in his mouth, so he couldn't talk. So when he started to talk to the people at the Nazi museum, he's like, "Ah, ah, ah, ah," and he was throwing up the. I mean, it was ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, top to bottom, it was just
Uh,
hilarious. Yeah, Rat
uh,
Race. You have to check that one
I will check it out.
Yeah, but see,
out. It's a lot in that movie that's just it makes no sense.
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
a lot of cameos by a lot more people, but
Mhm.
they just had the headlines. Like you had Smash Mouth in there. Why would you have Smash Mouth in the movie? But they were in the movie,
I mean, it was 2000. Like everybody was an all star in 2000.
and
Mhm.
that's what they were saying. That's their hit. Oh yeah, Gloria Allred was in it too. I think for like a brief second.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, then you should check that one out. I think you'll be
Will do.
pleasantly
I
surprised.
remember it coming out, but yeah, I missed
See
that
that?
one.
Oh, that makes me think of another movie that I hadn't thought of earlier, and I'm just like,
And that's
doesn't
the point of these
it
conversations.
doesn't make the list. I
Mhm.
can't even like. I want to add. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm not gonna put it on the list. My list is good. My list is
Okay,
good.
so we're what 3 rounds already?
Yeah, I'm about to get my third one.
Yeah.
Okay,
So mine's 78%. Rotten Tomatoes,
y'all going the wrong way with these scores.
We're
2003.
afraid to give a low score now.
Right? Billy Bob Thornton.
Mm. Okay. Experiencing some technical difficulties.
Sure. Have you seen one? Have you ever been to a little person's house?
Oh no.
I still think they believe they live in between floors on high rises. I do.
You know what? Sam, get him, please.
What it's after dark. What are you talking about?
Okay,
I don't think Sam.
I am in my own call right now. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I saw that. You doubled up.
Yeah, like it okay, so we apologize for the technical difficulties. Yeah, so the call didn't drop for y'all, huh?
No, you
No.
froze for a minute, but we, didn't even notice really.
Cool, cool.
So I picked Bad Santa. I don't know if you heard that.
Okay, that was it's good that we hear what you picked, Bad Santa, because no, we did not get that part. So
No,
I
I picked
apologize for
Bad Santa.
that.
It
And
was hilarious.
I don't know what we came back into, folks, but yeah, it's after midnight, so this is gag after dark. So we got to make this one
It's just
we got to
it's
make
just
this one
one of my
18 plus.
It's just one of my many questions I have that I
Well,
looked
it's
at the
okay if you
time.
don't
Now
ask
I can
again.
ask. What?
Okay, that's like a sidebar.
Trying to hold me down. I see what it
No, I'm trying to not get hate mail.
Okay, so we got Bad Santa. That was Billy Bob Thornton, and you know what? That does explain why I came into what we came into about the little people, because Bad Santa had the elf.
Yes,
And that was
Tony Cox. His
okay,
name is Tony Cox,
Tony Cox. There we go.
and Bernie Mac was in it. There was little people shaming. There was fat shaming. There was alcoholism. There was a stripper or a prostitute or whatever she was.
They're called fancy ladies.
Oh, fancy lady Lauren Graham. So,
Women of the night, sex workers. Like
women of the night. All right, hit us up,
Jack
Sam.
that
Jack the
is
Ripper victims. What?
that is a good pick. So, mm, uh, okay, we're gonna go with this one. So, I am a really big Star Wars fan.
Ah, fucker
And
duck.
I'm sorry, do you want that one?
No,
You sure? Okay. I'm a
I
really
know
big.
what it is though.
Mm-hmm. Well, as soon as it said Star Wars and we're talking comedy, yeah.
Well, then we'll just skip to it. Spaceballs.
Of
Baseball.
course, John Candy. I mean, one of my great favorite actors. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
come on now.
Rick Moranis as Darth Helmet might have made that movie funny.
When they were combing the desert, come on now.
Well,
Come
anything
on.
Mel Brooks directs, like I can get behind.
Because,
I can
see,
get
there was
behind.
some other Mel Brooks movies that were
I got
considered.
I got one that I'm gonna say next.
Okay.
Which one?
Oh, you know. Think about my comedy. Oh, you know.
And it would, and you know what? I almost punched a horse and picked that one myself.
Yeah, come on now. Shut up.
Yeah, I felt like in order to make sure that since we were doing comedy, I knew I would have my silly, ridiculous picks, and I got a bunch of those because I love parodies. I love the idea of a parody movie, taking something that is well known and established, and picking it apart to show you either why it's flawed or what actually makes it funny. And then it kind of sometimes makes you question why you like the original once the parody has done its job. And if it doesn't make you question that, then the parody hasn't done its job accurately.
That's right.
And, imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. So a really good parody has to have a good premise. It has to have a good setup. And if
Mm-hmm.
the source material is crap, then oftentimes you're not really having a good parody because you have nothing for a source material. But when you have a good IP like Star Wars, you can make something like Spaceballs and it be just as good by poking fun of Star Wars. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of what Mel Brooks does that, but I feel like in addition to picking on Star Wars, they also kind of poke fun at most sci-fi
Mm-hmm.
because they do have a couple of little crossover references to other things in there. Um, Even with the whole prearranged marriage and stuff like that, like there's a lot of other sci-fi elements that are in there when the vacuum cleaner goes from suck to blow and it ends up crashing on, they get in the last little ship and they're waiting for the countdown when they end up on the beach. It's like the reference there doesn't have anything to do with the previous movie, but it's still, of course, that kind of sci-fi reference. And Mel Brooks, fantastic job on that movie.
Yeah. Can we say that that's the probably the fourth best Star Wars movie?
Yeah, yeah. I think it
I
is
think we
safe
can
to
say
put
that.
that above a lot of the other ones.
We got the
So
first three, which turned out to be the second three.
Correct.
and then Spaceballs, and then
Huh?
the rest of it.
Yeah, yeah. I can still put that in front of Rogue One. I can do that. Yeah. So
All
that is
right,
my
Tony.
pick, and there's only really one other one that I'm hoping that somebody says before we get to round five. If not, I have to say that one for round
I'm
five.
gonna say it next.
No,
Go
I know the
ahead.
one you're gonna say. There's another one. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think I know the other one, but I want to take this one since we're talking about Mel Brooks. 88% Rotten Tomatoes, 91% audience score. Audience score. So Sam already knows it's Blazing Saddles.
Mm-hmm.
Top to bottom. And see, this is what I was raised on, the humor, the crudeness, being able to people joke and you be able to take the joke without getting offended. That's what I was up on. Oh, and a lot of people don't know Blazing Saddles was co-written by Richard Pryor.
Yep, I didn't know that.
So this makes it even funnier when you know what, you can see Richard's comedy in there if you pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
But you talking about you had what Madeline Kahn was in it in her prime. Harvey Korman was in it. Gene Wilder, of course, one of the kings, in his era. Mel Brooks even had it. What's it? A lot of people don't remember. Count Basie was in this movie. I mean,
You,
Dom DeLuise, you remember him? I mean, you had, of course, he came out in '74. So in that era, those comedians ran the scene. It's like now you got your Kevin Hart's and you got, The Rock out there, being the funny guys. But in that time frame, the Gene Wilders and the Richard Pryors, they
Mm-hmm.
ran the comedic scene.
Wilder.
And this movie put everything in one area that was offensive and funny, and you just laughed. And you just laughed at everything that happened. And that's why it's in my top five. Blazing Saddles, write it down. But you better have thick skin because they make fun of everybody. It's really a live version of South Park. That's all it is. It
Mm-hmm.
is 100%.
yeah. One of
So,
the interesting things about Gene Wilder for me was I never like. I feel like I was conditioned to think like it's weird. I feel like I was trained to think Gene Wilder was funny because of movies like this, where he was given the right lines and he had that good delivery and he had kind of a deadpan personality. So that delivery came through really well. You fast forward some and it was like he was always in movies that I liked, but I just can't really it's so weird. You hear about some of these things offset about Gene Wilder, and it's just like it's hard to believe that's the same person. I watched The Woman in Red the other day, just because it was on. I was like, oh shit, I haven't seen this in forever. Let's watch this. And I was like, why did I think this was such a great movie? But then when they showed like some outtakes from the movie, I'm like, see, that's what I was looking for. Where's that?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I don't know. It's hard not to want to see anything Gene Wilder's done because he was a part of Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein,
hey, don't name it movies.
because he has certain titles to his name. Because I don't think this is on anyone's list for the comedy. When you have stuff like Willy Wonka, and he's in
Eh.
that, you know what I'm saying? It's like he was an interesting character in that, but it wasn't really like funny per se. But it was still
Mm-hmm.
unique, and it showed kind of the range he has in a single movie. And yet, you think about Blazing Saddles, and it's like he's hilarious in Blazing Saddles. So I just feel like I was kind of programmed and conditioned to make sure that I always liked Gene Wilder. And it's just I've never found fault with anything he did. I've gotten a little older. I've started watching some stuff again, and I'm like, maybe this ain't that funny. Maybe I just liked it because I was supposed to, because it's Gene Wilder, and That's why I sat here and watched this whole movie again. That I
Yeah, but when you paired him with Richard Pryor, it was gold. It was gold.
Yet now I will say, but see that's also I think that teaming up because again it was the straight man and the slapstick. You know what I'm saying? And it
Of
was like
course.
because Gene Wilder always played the straight man. That's why I say I think I was just kind of conditioned to think he was funny, even though he was not always the one delivering the punchline. I just
Mhm.
always associated humor with Gene Wilder, and it's you know
And I
he
want you
goes
to know
on to
I
do some
did.
other acting, and you realize like this man is a fantastic actor. It's not just a
Hmm.
Mhm.
comedian actor. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a comedy actor.
And I want you to know I did have Willy Wonka on my list. Had.
Well, I know your list is,
Oh,
I know your list is sufficient. You can live without that one.
yeah.
I doubt it was in your
I,
top five. How about
The
that?
wheels are slowly turning. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, it's on you now, Tony.
What? What?
Give us what you got.
Is it me? Really?
It's you. It's you.
No, he just said Blazing Saddles.
I just said Blazing Saddles.
Oh,
What?
you just. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Sam was talking about it so much. I
I
thought
had
it
so
was.
much to say it sounded like my pick.
He wanted it to be his pick.
I
No, I'm
legit
good.
forgot
No, no,
that
no.
you said Blazing Saddles.
I
I was
picked the
because
one
Tony
that
was
I
talking
wanted
about
to
it.
be
So
my pick. I picked Spaceballs. That was the one I wanted to
you
be
picked
my pick.
Spaceballs. He picked that.
Spaceballs was going to be my last pick. So then I went to Willy Wonka as an alternative, but then, somebody
He
had to
had
run
to
his
say
mouth. So now I got to look on my other 15 movies and try to figure out what I want to put in. Thank you.
Oh, see, that's how it goes. It's honestly, I think I was more concerned because I figured when we did comedy, we would have enough people on here that I would have to have a slew of movies available to pick from. Because now it's like, man, I don't know which one I want to use next. Because it's like there's
Is this our last one?
no. We got two more.
so
Well, yeah,
um,
that's y'all's last one because I haven't done my fourth one yet.
Okay, well that's what's confusing. Give us your fourth one.
I'm sorry. Y'all was Blazing Saddles in it, and then
You haven't seen
my
the movie, have you?
Spaceballs, his Blazing Saddles.
yeah,
So
I've seen Blazing Saddles. Really? Yeah, I've seen Blazing Saddles.
all
But you
right, well
haven't seen.
hit us up. Number four, what we got?
2007, 88%. Super bad. You don't
I
have to like it.
Yeah,
I'm just being difficult. That's it.
No, I mean that's fine.
yeah.
That movie to me was one of the closest things that I saw to how I really felt in high school. And then there were just so many jokes. Like one of those movies, I laugh so much every time I watch it. I hear something a little bit different because I was laughing so much. I missed something the last time I saw it. So the period on his pants, the putting the alcohol in the detergent.
I think anytime I do something successful that I shouldn't have been able to do, I do the little McLovin song. Chicka chicka, yeah,
Chicken patty,
think I
man.
did. That is
That
like,
scene when he was following Becca down the hallway because she had the thong. And she looked, he's like, huh? Just that awkwardness. And yeah.
when my man was like, Jonah Hill, I'm so glad that he was a part of that movie because he actually his
When the fuck
character in that
am I
movie.
ever gonna need to make tiramisu? This costs bullshit. I'm sorry, but you know it is. Like that whole scene.
The way he delivers everything in that movie is Jonah Hill is such a great actor, and I don't think I saw that level of acting from him again until War Dogs.
Oh, that was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
And it was like I feel like the character he had in Superbad, that guy grew up to be the guy in War Dogs. You see what I'm saying?
I can see that for sure.
And that's why because he had like he had that dramatic turn. He was like, yeah, yeah, I don't like that guy either. And just the way he kind of clicked on with the best friend, and yeah, that I really like Jonah Hill in that, and Michael Cera. Not to take anything away from him,
Oh yeah, he was great in
he
that.
was he was superbly awkward
Hmm.
and just quiet and weird and yeah.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
give you Superbad. That's a good choice. I was just playing with you earlier, so
Do
you can't
like
have
super bad.
everybody in agreement.
Do like super bad. Okay, so this is pick number 4 now, correct?
Nope, you're on
No, this
five.
is five.
This is our final. Okay.
This is it. I'm trying to
Now,
pick my last one.
I got 6 movies to choose from.
I know.
Oh, I got a whole you know what? I can't wait to run down the alternates on this just to throw out a few of the titles that I had. But just to make sure that there is no issue, no question, I wanted to I'm just going to get it off everybody's list real quick. Perhaps the greatest comedy ever. It's a 97 tomato meter. It's a 95 audience score. Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Ah, you some of a niche.
I figured one of you was gonna say that one. How could you not?
You know what? And
We're
honestly,
talking about comedy.
when I said Spaceballs, I fully expected him to pull that, and that would have left me blazing saddles.
Yeah, either way, I was gonna lose one of my picks. So
Only because, like, and seeing, like, honestly, I just wanted to get through the list so that I could pull this card. I know comedy, okay? I know comedy. I know movies. I know good movies. And then I know the stuff that makes me laugh,
somebody
okay?
that's debatable. What?
And the stuff that made me laugh, it made me laugh. It is what it is. But this is one, I have this one on, I have the special edition Blu ray, came with the digital code, so I can access it anytime, anywhere. I love that. Um, and of course, that was back when Blu rays used to come with the included DVD. So if somehow you have not seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail, this is one of those movies I have to make sure that everyone I know has seen it. I will let you borrow it. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. It's Monty Python. It's a great movie.
All right, Tony.
And
I
that one came out in
literally,
1975.
I literally hate you right now.
That is how good that movie is. Still funny from 1975. King
We know
Arthur
you got
sending out.
other picks.
I can talk about the movie if you need me to stall for you for a little bit.
No, shut up.
Okay. I didn't
I've
know. I
got
didn't know
it.
if your list was ready. I
It's
thought.
ready, but that's the one I was going to use for the last one. So
Oh, and I'm
shut
sorry. And
up.
I took Willy Wonka from you. I left you Blazing Saddles though. I left you some picks. I mean, I could literally spit out about 5 other movies that you could use that would be in the same vein, but it's not a contest, so I'm gonna let you go with your
Yeah.
Is
selection.
is this some kind of midget hate for the little comment I made earlier from your little short ass? Is that what this is about?
I've been short my whole life, bro. You cannot hit me with a short joke and it phase me.
Really? No short joke. Can, so when you sit on the curb, your feet don't dangle?
Oh
Not
my
at all.
god.
Look, my
Okay.
chair. This is where my chair normally sits. This is where
so
I
you
have it to be seen.
so you literally are taller when you sit down.
I'm
Oh.
I'm
five feet
sorry. All
seven
right.
inches tall. My
Look
wife is
now.
4'9". I'm
Can
as
we get
tall as
on
I
to
need
your
to be.
pick? It's getting late.
He was the one that needed to get up in the morning.
I
I'm
know
good.
that's why I'm reminding him.
Got the village of the Oompa Loompas over there. All right, my last pick. I'm gonna go. Fuck a duck.
Oompa loompa doompa dee dee.
That was
Tony
a great.
wish his list was good as me.
I'll get in on it. I'm only 5'2", so.
You can't even wrap Christmas presents. Don't try to be a rapper. Just stop. All right, look, shut up. So I'm gonna go with one of my all-time favorite movies. 65% Rotten Tomatoes, 85% audience score. I think this kind of helped this comedian's career in the back half because we all know comedians have their initial start, then they fall off,
Was
and
it the
then they
comedian or
need.
the co-star
It was a
that was
comedian.
helped?
It was a comedian.
Okay.
I think this helped
I know
him
his movie, that's all.
get out of get out of the funk because he had some bad movies, and it's coming to America. And this, I believe, helped Eddie Murphy get it back because he had lost it for a minute. I'm sorry. Did I take yours? I don't care. Now you see how I feel. So yeah, I mean, you had this had an all star cast. I mean, I had another movie that I wanted to say, but I figured I would
That's
take
fine. No, that's fine. I'm glad somebody said it.
I would take this one because I mean, if we need to sing the song, we can. But it's late, and I don't want to wake my neighbors. They everybody knows it, but top to bottom, I would say this was one of the great comedies of our time.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a
And
lot
any
of
movie
singing in
you
that
can
movie when you
quote
think
like
about it.
that.
It
Yeah.
is a lot.
There's a lot of singing because when you
Brandon
said, "Do you want to
Watson,
sing the song?"
sexual
I was like,
chocolate.
"Which one?"
Sex and chocolate. Thank you.
Because I mean, it could be
I was
the
Joan of Arc in my former life.
Mhm. Just the bar scene itself
My
made
name
my
is
name
most
is
of the movie.
Peaches and I'm the best.
Oh my God, on my breast.
Right. I want to take you and your little friend. What?
Oh my
No,
So
I didn't
yeah,
God.
think about that
okay.
one. And
What is
we
that?
actually,
Velvet?
I was
Is that
thinking,
name?
"Let Your Soul Glow."
Yeah.
Just
Uh,
let your soul.
Well, go ahead then. You're gonna get a knock from the manager. He'll tell you to calm down.
and then "She's Your Queen." And I mean, that
Mm-hmm.
is a very, very, very quotable movie.
Everything.
And
Ruler of Zamunda.
I think it was quite impressive the number of characters that the two of them played in the
Right?
movie for no reason. Like they were just all of these different
Barbershop.
people just cuz.
This
Barbershop
week I'm
alone.
washing lettuce. Next week I'll be on fries. Louis Anderson, like what a gem in that movie.
Or when he tried to mop and didn't take the mop out the
Yeah.
bucket, just
I
hey.
I have seen it done before. Like
All right, so coming to America, that's my fifth and final answer.
Closing
solid
it
pick.
out.
Solid pick. All right, closing out our comedy.
That's you.
To do it because I did the other guys, but I have to because
No,
next.
no, please do cuz I had to go a different direction because of Tony, but
Yeah.
please do.
Next
Don't.
to Coming to America is probably one of the movies I quote absolutely too much for no
Yup.
reason. Absolutely too much. It is 55%. 2008. Step Brothers.
Did we just
I
become
knew it.
best friends right now?
Can we make bunk beds for more activities? Like, I quote that movie for no reason.
every time, every time we clean, I take a moment and I do the little stretching part because now we have so much room for activities.
Activities.
Y'all are
Oh my
ridiculous.
That
God.
is,
Oh,
Brennan
hey,
and Dale.
hey. But is it as fun as a Canalita wine mixer?
The fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Fucking Catalina wine
God.
mixer.
And that the singing with his brother and his wife and the kids in the car. Oh my goodness. Her character. I'm
solid.
sad I don't let me look up her name because I
That was a solid pick. That's a solid pick.
That was she was Catherine Hahn. I just want to take you and roll you up in a little ball. Just stick you up in there.
You're having too much fun.
You know what? At the no, no, no.
Oh, and
When they
oh my
go
God,
out
Will Ferrell singing.
with
Like, the movie is so ridiculous. Oh my God. Yeah.
you're the voice of an angel.
he
You're not just saying that, right?
put
Really? Like you're not just saying.
his balls on his drum set.
She
Did you
okay. I
touch
think
my
we
drum
lost.
set?
I think we lost Denisha.
Wait. No, no, no.
I'm sorry. Like, that is,
When they come home from their
I
job
did the other
interviews,
guys, but
when they come home from their job interviews and they got their butts kicked, and they're talking to their mom, and she's like, "Well, maybe you don't come home to the park anymore." He's like, "Yeah, yeah, that's what we talked about. We discussed. We're not gonna come home to the park anymore."
it's like, it was so long. And Seth Rogen's like, he could taste it. Oh my God. He's like, did you have nuts? Oh my God. Oh my
Okay.
God. That movie takes me out. Pay him. Pay him. Pay him. Pay him.
Mm.
Sorry. Okay. So
I'm gonna need y'all to breathe.
that was my final pick.
Breathe.
I'm having a bite. It's so funny.
Okay. Just because
Agree.
when we talked about, all right, I had some other ones on the list that I feel like I just want to throw out there, and most of these are like kind of related to other things that we mentioned. We talked about Step Brothers and the other guys, and I feel like Talladega Nights was about to make the
Yeah.
cut.
The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
That one was so very close. I mentioned Monty Python. I could have gone with Life of Brian. That was another one right there
That's a
together.
close one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm gonna get you, sucker. Got picked. I was waiting on Don't Be a Menace to get picked.
God, yeah, but like that was
Don't be a menace to South Central
it
while
was
drinking your
funny.
juice in the
It
It
hood.
was
was
funny, but
funny, but
like,
it wouldn't have made the cut.
not like that though. But yeah, it was funny.
Um, said. Waiting actually could have been one of my alternates. Office Space could have been one of my
That's
alternates.
one of my alternates.
Um, and then just because, like I said, initially when I made my comedy list, I thought there would be a better chance of some of mine getting picked because we would have more people. So I
Mm-hmm.
also listed Dumb and Dumber, White Chicks, the first Police Academy. Yeah, okay. I laughed. Keep in mind, I expected it to be like
A lot of us.
animation, and I have to go through 25 movies and hope that my
Yeah.
five make the cut.
Yeah.
It's us. We got. Look at us. We all had plenty of alternates this time because we
Yeah,
saw what happened the last time. We
I'll
wasn't
list my
ready. Movies
five.
got taken and we had stuff. Um, and as like second, like I like Mr. Bean. So when you said Mr. Bean and you were referring to Rowan Atkinson, I just have Bean because it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if it's the movie Bean or Mr. Bean's Holiday. Both of them are equally funny to me, and it's a movie version of Mr. Bean. So
Mm-hmm.
Bean, those were on the list for me. Those were some of the alternate options that I wasn't sure I was gonna pull. I got Hot Rod on there, but that's another one of those like it's funny to me. Andy Samberg, and I really think it's quite funny. So
What's your alternates,
don't
Tony?
care. I think it's funny. It makes me laugh. Just the one scene where he have you seen the movie?
Yes, I've seen it.
Yes, that's why we're both saying no.
Okay.
You seen
When
the stupid stuff I laugh at.
when he wanted to go anger dance in the woods Thank you. See how you just busted out
Look,
laughing from that?
one scene does not make a movie
Yeah.
funny.
Okay. Every scene with him and the dad.
Okay, no one cares.
What was the little dance video that was taking place when the little Asian guy when he was trying to get the papers out?
I need to.
What
I'm
what was
trying to
that?
figure
He's
out how
got
I
to put
can
the flyers
virtually.
out
I need to virtually throw something at you.
again. Funny movie. It makes me laugh. What
All
were your
right, look.
alternates, Tony?
My alternates was Revenge of the Nerds, the first one,
Hmm.
of course.
That was a good
Caddyshack
nostalgia pick.
was one of my alternates that I was gonna. That was one I was gonna save for the big group. Then I had one of the newer movies, Crazy Rich Asians. I don't know if you've seen that. That opening scene alone had me laughing so hard.
I haven't seen that.
I
I'll
have
have to
not
check.
seen that.
Are you serious? Do you want to know the opening scene?
No, because I'm gonna watch it.
I want to go watch. Yeah, it's like I want to go watch this movie.
Okay, just know when you watch the opening scene, you're gonna put yourself in that situation and wish it was you.
Okay.
I think let's see, Crazy Rich Asians got a 91 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh no, I
I
remember it
didn't
being
know.
like a.
I didn't know it was a comedy. So.
I was about to say I
Well,
remember
it
being a critically acclaimed movie. It won like a bunch of awards. I
I don't
didn't.
I don't I don't care about all the awards. Whatever. That means nothing. I if like it's I can't remember her name. My favorite character is an Asian girl, but she's hood, and that's exactly how she talks. She's like, "Yo, my man, what's up?" I mean, come on, dude.
Ooh,
I,
Aquafina?
Aquafina.
Is
yes,
Aquafina? Oh, okay.
yes, I
How we
laugh
see how we knew you were
and
talking about?
fall every time she talks. I laugh and fall out. But
Yeah,
it's
because that's how
kind
she
of
really talked.
romance near the end of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and but I liked it. And
Okay.
then I had Shaun of the Dead, which I
That's a
I
good pick.
I fall out laughing. I don't care what's on; it's gonna stay on the TV. What'd you
That's
say?
funny. No, I'm saying that was a good pick.
Then I had 40-year-old version.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Mm,
I had Harlem Nights,
yeah, we did.
and
We did
then
have a whole
I have
discussion
that in
about
my
those.
nostalgia. So yeah, I have
and
that.
then I had one. I don't know if you've seen, but it's The Gods Must Be Crazy.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah, I went there.
Book.
Nah,
yeah, that's an old.
it's 1979, 80ish. It's about I don't remember where he was from. I'm gonna just say Aborigine because he was out in the middle of nowhere.
Was he
Got hit.
playing basketball?
No, he got hit with a coke bottle, and
Oh,
he was going to throw it off the end of the earth.
I wasn't
And
gonna tell you
that's
about the
and
air up there.
it's just
The
fucking
air up there with Kevin
hilarious.
Bacon, really?
Yeah.
No, but the gods must be crazy
It's
was
funny.
that was gonna be my last will and testament if all my other ones got taken, because
Wow,
I'm pretty
that
sure nobody knew about that one.
Okay.
Sam knows, so that lets me know I'm not crazy.
and you know what? And that is a funny movie. Like I would probably that would be one I'd have to go back and revisit as a fully
South
functional
Africa, that's where
adult.
he was. He was South African.
As a fully functional adult. I can't say fully developed. I'm still a big kid, but I would want to check that out with my adult brain and see if I found it the same.
Mm-hmm.
Good, yeah. Gods must be crazy. That was my last list.
Okay.
So
Okay. Well, I mean, from once again, you all know I like to cover the spectrum. Make sure I give you the worst pick available
He ain't gonna
Cam,
give
and
me
one of the best picks
we
available.
didn't have, we did we need to get Denisia's before you just shut off everything.
mine. Yeah.
Oh no, I was just like, God must be.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I
and
got you.
the Nutty Professor.
Okay.
Eddie
That
Murphy.
dining room scene alone.
Yeah, Eddie
Okay.
Murphy.
Okay. I was just making sure they
That
covered
was
the
kind
Yeah.
of when
bases.
he was starting to plateau again.
Yeah. The Hangover.
I scratched that.
Friday. 22 Jump Street. Only because they made in fun of the fact that they were doing the same movie again. And they knew that in the movie. Like Ice Cube's like, find the dope, get the people, like same thing. Funny movie. Moving with Richard Pryor
Oh, I forgot about that one.
was on my list. We Are the Millers,
Mm.
Yeah.
Austin Powers Gold member,
Yeah.
You got to be
and Ace,
specific with him.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I said Austin Powers Gold member, that
yeah,
one, and Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, I think is the second one.
yeah.
Ooh, with date your call. You know what?
It,
Ooh,
Pet,
chitty chitty bang
Pet
bang, chitty chitty
Detective was
bang
the
bang.
first one. When Nature's
No.
Calls was the
Oh no,
second.
no, I wasn't disputing that. I was trying to think
Yes,
if I liked the second one more than the first one,
No, the
and
second one was better than the first.
I love the second one.
Yeah, yeah. In my humble opinion.
Back.
no, I would.
They got the African girl sleeping
Whoa,
with
like,
where he came out the rhino.
yeah.
The fan died.
Oh, it's so hot in here. Just like,
Yeah.
So yeah, that was some solid
Bang
alternatives
bang
too.
bang
yeah,
bang
That
bang.
was solid.
yeah. Honestly, okay, yeah. I think I would say I like the second one more.
I think we had a pretty solid list tonight.
Yeah, I was
And
expecting to have to pull moving out because I was like Sam, like I thought we were gonna have. I was like, I'm gonna have to pull. I'm gonna have to pull
Yeah,
part.
I was ready to pull them out tonight. I was ready.
I mean, I had backups to backups
Yeah.
because I was fearful because I figured comedy would be an easy one that I knew I wouldn't be fortunate enough if I don't say this one first, it's gone. If I don't say this one next, it's gone. And in following that, me saying this one was going to make someone say this one, which was going to make someone say
Mm-hmm.
that. Somebody was going to say Coming to America, and right after that, somebody was going to say Harlem Nights.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be able to get both of those or either of
Yeah.
those. And it was like I just tried to make sure that my list was. I was actually kind of shocked that I got Monty Python, but it was only three of us. So
Yeah, if it was more, I'd have took it with my second pick.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like we that would have been the numbers game
It
made it possible.
yeah,
Yeah.
you got lucky
You
tonight.
did good.
But I also got my trash out the way also. So, I just want you to know, like, I'm gonna always make sure that I have the worst pick and maybe the best. But I'll always have the worst pick. No one will ever have to worry about having the worst pick
I
on
mean,
anything.
we're not going to deny that.
No, I make it a point to get the worst pick. I actually looked through the Rotten Tomatoes list to find.
Well, technically, I had the
You
worst Rotten
did. You had a
Tomatoes on you,
15.
but we agreed it was a funny movie, though.
We did
Unlike
agree.
Okay,
Dance
so
Floor.
I think your
Not
15 was
Dance Floor.
better
Dance
than
Floor.
his. No, you didn't. Stop trying to stroke his ego.
Did.
I just,
All
and
right, that's
it
it.
can
Stop
be
talking.
offline. You can whisper it to me. You don't have to let nobody else know. After you watch the movie, if you can say like, okay, that all right, it was funny.
First of all, you should know me by now that I'm going to admit anytime that I am wrong. Every single time. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to watch it. But just know if this movie is bad, I'm going to come at you full force.
So let's be clear and let's make sure we have an understanding. Have I said that it was a good movie?
You said it was funny and it made you laugh. I need to
Okay.
chuckle at least 45% of the movie. I'm be I'm not even
He's
gonna say
such a
half.
good daddy. Come on, there's plenty to laugh at in that movie. I'm good with that.
And I'm gonna go in with an open mind. I'm not
Hey,
gonna judge it.
I'm here to pick up my son. I'll be back
Is
to
the
pick him up
acting
again next week.
is that the same kind of acting that's in the movie?
If
Is that the
what?
same kind of acting in the movie? Yes?
Actually,
No?
for that scene, like it's. I mean, I'm no actor, so don't quote me by it. But
I mean, I don't think they were actors either, so
I mean, if it's the same bloodline, and I feel like it was a lot of the same comedy,
I
and
that
there's a
don't
couple
mean
of
nothing.
cameos. Check it
Bloodline
out.
don't mean
If you
nothing.
like it, you like it. If you don't, I'll hear about it. So there it is. All right, old
Okay, well that
man, go moisten your mouth.
I'm waiting for y'all to hit end. Did we stop recording already?
Mm. Well, I guess we can officially do our outro since we.
I'm just saying, you up here telling me to leave and we still going.
Oh no, you was having that old man dry mouth. I was trying to make sure if you needed to get you something, some liquid or something, you was good. All right. I didn't understand why you had the dry mouth then.
I was trying to make you go ahead and hurry up.
Tonight is Star Wars.
Very nice. Not better than my cup, but okay.
And you know what? Tonight's shirt was sponsored by Wolverine and Star Wars because
I
that's
got
what
a
we do.
smiley. I got a smiley face on mine.
Mama me. All right. Well, we hope
Actually,
that you've enjoyed going
what
through
color is this from?
comedy with us, and hopefully you found yourself laughing at the parts we laughed at. We like to have fun. We had a good time, and this was our top 5 comedy. So make sure to check the other videos in this series. We have covered top 5 animation, top 5 drama, and now top 5 comedy. Um,
Horror's next.
okay, so apparently we have to make
Apparently.
sure everyone's on board because horror's next. And I will do my best to come up with 5 horror picks.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this out there. I'm gonna try my. I'm gonna have my top five just because, but I'm gonna also try to come up with top five that you have not seen.
Oh, that'd be real easy.
So
Everything you list will be on mine.
no, 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 no. Seriously.
I am horror's not my genre. I've seen some. There's a few that I'm familiar with.
Okay,
Maybe
well,
I
I'm
can
not gonna
make
talk
one
to
or
you
two
then.
work.
Denisha, do you like horror?
I love horror movies.
Okay, so my I'm gonna try to stump Denisha next morning.
I'm sure you can. I haven't seen. I'm like Sam. I haven't seen a lot. I'll watch them as long as it doesn't deal with possession. I don't do those kind of.
Well, fuck a duck.
That ain't my lane.
See, I
Because
don't know.
if you
Maybe
see
maybe that's
my
one that I
list
can.
is I have it's 15 right there, and I'm starting to write stuff. So it's like as I'm going, the movies that we say tonight with comedy, I'm like, oh, that was a horrible. I can, yeah, it's just
Hmm.
See, and I am on now my third page. But I just kind of scratch my notes as we go.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I'm trying to.
That was, let's see, where can you see it there? That
These are all
was
mine.
tonight's. And the list I pulled
These
up on
are
my
all.
phone was her. I really want to just peek through those 2 pages. I feel like that's some good movie right there. Like that needs to be my movie list right there. But
okay. So since horror is my genre, do I have any restrictions?
No.
Because I will
just
run
make sure we
horror.
can just make sure we can put the video on YouTube. But other than that, no.
Yeah.
I mean I don't see what the restriction. You know what? Since horror is your genre, you tell me what you think the category entails. Like when we discussed drama, I said for myself that I feel like, um, our actually hold that thought, folks.
We can
Hey,
discuss it later. Yeah.
we appreciate it. Make sure to come back and check us out. Obviously, we're gonna have a really good horror segment, and we're gonna do our top 5 horror picks. I'll probably get Tony to help me with my selection, and make sure that you like, subscribe, hit the bell for the notifications. Click the QR code down in the corner here so that you can find our group on Facebook. Be sure to join us there. Stay tuned to all the great stuff that we have coming. We thank you for watching this one, and we are out of here. Thanks. Bye.